So the question is, are you ready? Yes. What I wanted to hear.
What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips. Let's all together right now hit that like and subscribe. Make sure that you turn the notification button on all so that way you're not personalized, but you hear all of it. Not just a little bit, but a lot of it, right? And we're going to get into it in Menudo style in direct fashion. Now I'm going to tell you a story, man, a couple of different stories. And we're going to talk about a topic that's controversial. It's a topic a lot of people don't like to speak on. They're too scared. They feel a certain way. They think it's going to make them look a certain way if they speak on a certain situation. But me, see, I don't get down like that. I'm going to speak my mind, gente. I'm going to let you guys know exactly what it is, exactly how I feel, and exactly what it be like. And one thing is for sure, right here on the Collective Clips, man, cut and dry, no cutting and pasting, and no none of them added preservatives and that bullshit like on other different channels, right? Where they have to tell you one thing, then bite back and tell you another. Nah, we're just going to keep it straight up. You know, you see the thumbnail right there, man. Gays in jail, prison, incarcerated. You know, what's the reaction of people? How do people act around them, man? How are they treated? Do they get treated well? Do they get treated extra? You know, extra? Do they get a little tartar sauce on the side because they're a little tata? Or do they get some of that aitu juice on the way in and a whole lot of kicking ass on the way out? One never knows, does one? You know, because for the most part in California, they have their own pods. They're segregated or they're put on their own yards. Now, I don't know about back in the 70s, maybe early 80s, you know, homosexuality was rampant in the system, in the CDC. They were allowed to walk the yards, man. They were allowed to mix and mingle like Percy Pringle. They were allowed to do whatever they did. And Vatos wiggled like that. You know, I know in a lot of different states, man, you watch all these different videos and these guys are in relationships and they're doing their things, and to each their own, man. Says, I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. That's not how I get down. But at the end of the day, man, if you choose to go that way and clap back, all on the floor, clap back, then smack some more. Well, that's on you. You know, each man is his own man until he transmissions and he ain't no man no more. Then it's different. But until then, I guess you'll have a Bud Light and a smile. Now, I can't sit here and tell you that I've ever seen a whole lot of gays on the yard because, like I said, in general population, they're not allowed to walk. Now, why is that? Why would guys feel pressured that much to not let these individuals walk the linea? You know, I understand if they have a bad case, if they're out there doing some sexual activities that they shouldn't, if they're doing too much, you know, then you got to go. You got to go just like any other man's got to go. But if they're in on a solid case, man, if they're not fucking out there, you know, doing weird stuff, what's the difference, say, what if they like a chorra or not? That's on them, you know? I don't agree, but Sasuke, who are you to disagree? You know, orale, everybody talks all that shit, but they bump Boy George. Come on. You already know, chameleon. It's the chameleon shit. One day you're cool, the next day you're not. You're just trying to blend in, you know? Let me tell you something. These vatos that come in and that are of a homosexual tendency, they do segregate them. And they segregate them for their safety. Because some people all of a sudden along the lines felt that these vatos were too much drama. And I'm not going to lie. I'm sure they would bring drama to the yard. Why would they bring drama to the yard? Not because they're trying to fight everyone. Not because they're trying to punk everyone out of their boxer briefs. But because other vatos who act like they're hardcore would be trying to punk them out of their boxer briefs. And I think administration and the placas know that. So they put them somewhere for their own safety. So that way these vatos don't get beat up or sucked up from the feet up to the rutatuta. You already know how that be going. But hey, at the end of the day, vatos are constantly securing themselves, putting pedazos in their asses. But they're going to talk about what this man puts in his. I don't know, man. It's none of my bizwax. But I know for sure they are not allowed to walk in general population for their own safety concerns. So they're put on SNY yards and they're put on 50-50 yards and they're put on several different places to keep them segregated and away from the general population. Now, in county jails, it's a mite bit different. You know, in some county jails, them vatos are allowed to function on the pods. Them vatos are allowed to go in certain areas. I know in my county jail, the old school Merced County Jail downtown, we never really had that problem. You know, we were on a secure Norteño block, all active, and that's where we went. You know, there was which was the 2 block at that. It switches all the time, but that wasn't a general population. And I knew that once or twice, one of the homeboys whose brother was a transmission was over there and did his time and functioned quite efficiently. So I don't know how that went for him, but I know that's how it goes. Now, all these people are scared to admit, man, if they have family members that are doing that, or, it's like it was taboo back then. It's not taboo anymore. It's all out there, ese. They're taking over, vato. Sasuke, your boss's boss's boss, you know what I mean? Probably got a crush on you, or you might have a crush on him, but I don't know. I can't speak on it. All I'm saying is people are not like they used to be, man, where it was real taboo and they were tripping. It's becoming more common now. It just is what it is. You better adapt to that fact, homie, or get ran over by a whole bunch of motherfuckers in a car going, woo, woo, woo. It's just the way it is. Now, I never seen them function on a general population yard, so I can't sit here and tell you a story about them kicking it like that. Now, I've heard stories about them in the past, and things that would happen to them. And if someone goes in there like that, they come from the streets and they're already gay in prison. It's not like, it becomes extra. What it becomes, I'm sure, is that's just another gay guy on the yard, man, who, he's happier than in a dick factory. And that's it. There's a lot of these high power guys and motherfuckers that'll sit there and talk a good one and be all that. So I was good, but they be like, did you see that? Did you see the soap of the crack run down the crack of the man? You know what I mean? They be on their toothpick shit. Now, when I did go to a 50-50 yard in Jamestown, it was a little bit different. And I'm going to tell you that story right now. So I get there and pull up. And I was in Jamestown twice. The first time I was active, so I got off in R&R because I felt some type of way. I did what I was supposed to do. You get there, you're full of activities. You're with the program. You already know, man, that you got to go, right? So I got on. I took flight right there and I got on. Went to the oil. They shipped me out. I did my time. I paroled at the other place. Now, when I did fall off, when I was no longer active or functioning, man, they guess what? Let me tell you how this world works. Okay, puto, Sasuke, you're going back to Jamestown. So now I hit Jamestown, okay? 50-50 yard, I'm there. And there's a little bit of everything. This yard was a little different because they did have Perro Chatos functioning on this yard that were non-active, as well as Northerners that were non-active. Yeah, go figure that out, huh? Go think that up. That's just the way the administration had it. So it was a little bit different. There were some active Southsiders there, active whites and blacks, but everyone else was not really gangbanging like that. Paperwork was still being checked, but there was a little bit of everything running around there. It was more like a transitional yard. You get there and you're wondering what the hell's going on. You see vatos over there, you can't tell if they're transitioning into something or not. It's just how it was. So anyways, let me tell you a story about, and I think I've told the story before, but I'm going to reiterate it. So Vato gets there, a gay fella, right? Only he doesn't quite look like a fella when the sun hits him. He's already in the process of being whatever he's going to be. He's on Thundercat shit, right? He's doing his different little thing. He's definitely went Pantera on him. And he looks like a difference between, he looks like a mix between the Beast from X-Men and Chiquis, Jenny Rivera's daughter. He's like, you just can't tell, right? Depending upon how the sun's setting on his back. So anyways, he gets there and automatically the yard erupts. Meaning vatos that you thought were solid, vatos that you thought would never get in that mix, are all on this vato's nutsack, literally, because he had one, right? They're all jockeying. Hey man, come over here, be my celly. And you start to see it's like the movie American Me. You remember when, or Blood In, Blood Out, when they're walking in? Hey, come on, you could be my barroom bitch, right? They're all on that. And I tripped out on it because I was like, damn, bro. I never had seen this before. Any linea that I had ever been on up until this point, it was all solid, Holmes. And that wasn't discussed. Whatever you did with your cell, if you did that, bro, shit, Holmes, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right? Or Verga stays in them. Either way, they weren't speaking on it too much. So here it was like flamboyant. Vatos I did push-ups with on the yard, that they're over there like, hey, Sasuke, you see Chiquis? Nah, that wasn't Chiquis. That vato didn't even have chichis, right? That's how they were on. And it was weird. It was weird because my ways of thinking were closed off. I was just like, man, I'm cool, bro. It's not me. And to see you guys, that ain't gangster, huh? that ain't cool. But it was what it was. I had to learn that there's going to be those type of people running around on the yard, and it just is what it is. And you have to understand that if you push a movement on them, if you try to eradicate them from the yard because you don't like it or because it seems icky to you, you're going to be the one suffering in the oil. You're going to be the one taking off the yard, and they're going to sit their homes, and they're going to still be getting their choralization on while you're over there in the hole hard timing it, right? And they're in their cell hard timing it, if you know what I mean, right? So anyways, this vato gets there, and the crowd. Hey, I remember when the world went crazy back in 1985, right? It was like the explosion of the crack epidemic. Everybody was like, oh shit, oh hell no. It's just because my brush I look good, right? crazy shit. So I had a homeboy. Man, that was my boy right there, man. That was my camarada. That was my taita. That was this dude right here, man, was the homeboy for real, right? Had a badass old lady. Hey, his life was headed in the right direction. He was going to be getting out very soon. And he was just living his best life. His children, his old lady used to come visit him every week. And I was jealous. That's it. I was jelly rolled for reals. I was like, damn, bro, I can't even get a visita around here. So I was going to hook me up with one of her homegirls. She's like, she ain't got any. Her whole life is about me. I'm like, damn, bro, I need me one of them. You know what I mean? Where you find them on TikTok? You know what I mean? Anyway, so this Vato's with this chick. He's living his best life, but he has a secret. Okay, a secret that I didn't know about. Let me tell you about this secret. I guess he had come from Tracy. And in Tracy, he had already made the decision, man, to let it go, to let the Norte go, and that he was going to do his own thing. He was going to function as a non-active Northerner, and he was going to come to a 50-50 yard, and he was going to do his thing, right? This is what he had already said he was going to do and whatever. So the Vato fucking, when he pulls up, he didn't tell us all this shit. It just was what it was. I didn't ask him no questions. His paperwork was kosher. Everything was dill pickle, was good, right? So he was a clean individual as far as he didn't have a funny charge or told on no one or nothing like that. So the Vato gets to the fucking Yarda. It's all good. Like I said, we become good homeboys, good friends. I know a little bit about his life. He knows a lot of bit about mine, and it's cool. But remember I said, the Jotísimo hit the fucking yard, right? The Chirujo. And as soon as the Chirujo went, that Vato all of a sudden he has sideburns. The homies, you know what I mean? He got put an extra lotion on his elbows. You know what I mean? He was a half black, half Mexican homeboy. I'm not going to tell you the town he was out of. Let's just say, man, it was Northern California in that fashion. Now, so the Vato fucking, he's acting all Billy D. Williams on him. He's acting all extra. And I start to notice, but I'm like, maybe I'm seeing things wrong. Well, what I didn't know is that when he was over there in Tracy, he was selled up with the transmission, right? And he fought tooth and nail to not come to the yard, meaning that him and this transmission went at it with the placas, got off with the cops and everything, so they weren't separated. So he was into them types of activities. Oh, he was active, all right. Only a whole different type of active, right? And I didn't know this. Nobody knew this. I mean, this was something that it wasn't like people were shooting wheelers. Hey, the Vato's going to go over there. He likes chorra. You know what I mean? No one told us. So anyways, the Vato fucking, it is what it is. And so he's looking at this Vato on the yard, you know what I mean? Bestia, like, you know, with his eyebrows up. So we all work in the kitchen. We all get hollies in the kitchen, and one day they put fucking Bestia in the kitchen. And this Vato's prancing around, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he's prancing around, looking like Schmiegel, only prancing like Prancer. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Well, the Placa feels some type of way. So the cop's like, this was going to happen. You know what I mean? Shit. All you guys are going to work on this side. We're going to put it, right? We're going to put that person over here to clean tables. So I start to notice people disappearing. I remember there was this one homeboy, man, he would always be there working out. So I was scared. It's quiet, right? Ain't no one working out. He'd usually get eggs out of the fucking freezer. He'd steal eggs out of like the big refrigerators so he could crack them, put them in his jug of Kool-Aid, slam them for protein, and he'd be on, right? Eggs all whole dozen full, right? Where the fuck is everyone going, right? I didn't see the line and the rotation in the bathroom. Never noticed. Wasn't really quite looking for that, you know? So I was scared, we're not going to hit dips today? Oh, they were dipping, all right. They were all each dipping to the bathroom to go fuck with this cat. It was wild and it was weird, right? I didn't notice. I found out this later on. I started to catch on. So I was scared. Hey, can I just be a porter? I don't even want to be in the kitchen no more. I'm high school. So what happens is I'm looking for the homeboy. Can't find him, right? We were supposed to steal some bacon and some shit. It was Grand Slam Day. We're supposed to steal all the carne, man, so we can go back and make sandwiches, slang them $5 a pop, 2 deodorants. You know what it is. That was the hustle in the kitchen. And this about this MIA, man. He's doing the MIA on me. And I go to the other side because it was like 2 chow halls, right? And there's the kitchen in the back. So when everybody would leave, we'd have to clean up, you know, the kitchens, the chow halls. And that's when we prepare our little sandwiches and everything. We were going to sneak up out of there. It's just the way prison is. Anyone that worked in the kitchen is different every place, man. But they could tell you the basic get down, right? Everyone's trying to come up. Peanut butter, sugar. Everyone's trying to win. Pruno game is real. So I'm trying to come up. Damn, bro, you know what I mean? Where's that stack of bacon? Because I got some fucking bread right here. We put the carne in with the queso, a little egg, and hey, all the Africano brothers, as soon as we walk in, are going to be hitting us up in the gym. This fool's MIA, man. I go to the other side of the kitchen where they're cleaning tables, where fucking, where Schmiegel and this Vato. Let's just say, gente, I thought I heard squeaking sounds and okay, never is a grown man like me so ever supposed to see anything like that. The game was as real as it got, right? I turned around and walked back to the kitchen and threw all the bacon away. like I said, I was Oscar, never to be touched again. I just, I immediately tried to get out of that fucking kitchen and became a porter. I'd rather mop and clean fucking bathrooms than fuck with that cat. Then the homeboy went full flamboyant on it. Next thing you know, he's on the yarda wearing fucking a chain like this. Watch out. Made out of seashells. A choker, right? I wondered why then all of a sudden he felt like, and these vatos were boyfriend and girlfriend and girlfriend and boyfriend and girlfriend and girlfriend and boyfriend and boyfriend. I mean, they were lesbian in men's body. It was crazy. All I'm saying is I have nothing against it, but at the end of the day, I know it's taboo, but I'm going to speak on it. That was a situation, man, where I had to distance myself from everything. The homeboy was like, hey, bro, what about that sopa you owe me? Here it is, eh? Fuck you and your boyfriend, right? I'm cool. And I felt some type of way, not because of what he was doing, but because kind of what he was doing at that time, but because he lied to me. He wasn't truthful. I said, someone's girl was bad, eh? Why didn't you tell? You should have told me, eh? That fucking you like chora. I would have never been your homie, right? So I was giving some with your lady, eh? And she was bad too. Puerto Rican chick, okay, looking like J-Lo. I wanted to say, hey ho, and just creep over, but you know what I mean? So this guy had more respect than that. Until he started liking chora. Then I was like, can I ride her? Straight up. Anyways, with that being said, gente, it's just a story to tell. I know a lot of bad things happen. I'm going to tell you one more little story. Man, my neck is sweaty and itching. Maybe it's this fake ass gold chain I'm wearing, huh, John Diesel? Is this fake? Okay. Is this one fake right here? I don't know. It still has this color after 3 years. So trip out on this. The vato, this other guy, another transmission comes on the yard, right? Them two, they get shipped out. It's a year later. I'm still doing time, man. My stomach has gotten better now since seeing that. And I don't need Pepto-Bismol. So anyways, good. Everything's good. And another one comes. This one's an Africano. And I'm not going to lie, another one, man, from the back, Serena Williams mashup. But you don't know, right? So there was this vato that used to talk about hating these type of people. I hate Cheetos, man. I'll never do that. That's disgusting. This, and that. And let me tell you, homes, they're married somewhere in Ohio right now. I'm telling you, it's just like fucking that Key and Peele episode. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna fuck you in the ass. They're doing some weird stuff. Anyways, with that being said, gente, there's so many more stories I can tell you about some of the things I've seen. But is it like they get treated better? Or do they get treated differently? Nah, they get treated how they want to be treated, man. They are what they are, man. There is no difference, at least not in the state of California. But no, they're not on the general population yards. No, they're not walking amongst the active gang members. They're not allowed to. And the reason they're not allowed to, like I said, is for their own safety and security. It's for nothing more, nothing less. Probably because, it'll bring motherfuckers about the closet that don't want to come quite yet. They'll come eventually, but Sasuke, in their time, I say, in their time. With that being said, I hope that you move with a purpose, enjoyed these funny stories. It was all comedy, but at the end of the day, it was all truthful and facts. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle and talk controversial shit. Why not? Who else is doing it? Like the gun, man. I'm going to put my little twist on it, man, but I'm going to speak and it's going to be real when I speak, man. So listen up, because I'm dropping diamonds in the rough, knowledge you can't get in college. It's the diamond in the dirt that ain't been found. Homie, I'm the underground king on YouTube that ain't been crowned. Or have I? One never knows, does one. They hate me because they ain't me. The gun. Bang, bang.